Welcome to the second clip of 1.5's Math Moment. We just looked at an example that showed us already the unit rate. In this example, it says Tanya's garden has 72 plants in 9 rows. I know that a unit rate comes when I have the number 1 involved. Here I have a 72 and a 9, so I don't know the unit rate quite yet. I will have to do a little bit of reasoning to figure that out. So that's why this example is a little bit different. Let's go ahead and jump down to what is the unit rate, and then we'll come back to decide if that rate is reasonable. So when I'm thinking about 72 plants in 9 rows, I have to first think about how much would be in 1 row then. So to find out how many would be in 1, I want my answer to get smaller. When I want an answer to get smaller, I divide. When I think about how many times does 9 go into 72, I can count by 9s and I should get 8. 8 times 9 is exactly 72. So I do not have a remainder and I've answered my question. The unit rate is 1 row. In 1 row are 8 plants. Now that I know my unit rate, I can kind of decide whether it's reasonable a little bit easier than the situation before. So is this a reasonable rate? 1 row, 8 plants in that row. Again, if I connected that to a real life situation, that does seem like it could be reasonable. Right? Now that I figured out whether it's reasonable and what the unit rate is, I can go ahead and make a rate table with this information. Now, because the information was given to me as 72 plants in 9 rows, I'm going to go ahead and start with that information in my table. 9 rows is 72 plants. I already did the math to figure out how many would be in 1 row then, so I can put that next. Even though it's out of order, the same information is being given because I have that constant rate of times 8, or if we're moving the opposite direction, divided by 8. So then I could continue the table with other numbers. I could choose 2. How many would be in 2 rows? I should be looking at 16 plants then because 2 times 8 is 16. And again, I could try another number like 4. Because my constant rate is 8, I would multiply by 8 to get 32. Those are your 2 examples for lesson 1.5. If you still have questions, see your math teacher.